We now know them better as buildings or streets or theaters, but have you ever wondered about the real-life stories behind the famous names of NMU? Many of Northern's early leaders are familiar to us even a century or so after they died. For instance, Marquette has streets named after NMU's first two presidents, Waldo Street and K Avenue, while other early instructors or staff members have buildings named after them on campus. One of those is Forrest Roberts, who has a theater named after him. Roberts came to NMU in 1928 with the intention of teaching for a summer and then retired from the school 38 years later. He was the director of what was then called NMU's Forensic Department for 35 of those years and was the chair when it was renamed the Speech Department in 1958. He was instrumental in getting NMU's drama department off the ground, and even after retirement would take part in local theater productions well into his 80s. He died in 1997 at the age of 96. Several dorms at NMU are named after former instructors at the school, including Majors Hall. Mildred Majors was a graduate of Graveret High School, got her doctorate at the University of Michigan, and started teaching at Northern in 1928, where her father was the head of the biology department. She spent the next 30 years as an English and a literature instructor, sponsoring foreign students at the school and supporting many on-campus activities. She passed away from a heart attack while walking to class to give an exam on January 29, 1958. Legendary sports coaches get their due as well, especially Charles Bolton Hedgecock. Hedgecock was the head of NMU's physical education department for 34 years, also acting as the school's football coach for 11 years and as basketball coach for 22. During World War II, Hedgecock teamed up with Sig Wilson to give potential pilots their first flight lessons. And several years after he retired, NMU named what was then their main athletic facility the C.B. Hedgecock Fieldhouse. Although it now serves a different purpose, the Hedgecock Building, which houses the Student Services Center, lives on as a testament to C.B. Hedgecock, who died in 1986 at the age of 99. Finally, one of NMU's most beloved presidents has named not one but two educational buildings, John X. Jamrich. Born in the U.S. but raised in Slovakia, Jamrich grew up hoping to become a pianist but served in World War II as a meteorologist in Alaska. After the war, he worked in several states, including at the Michigan State University College of Education. In 1968, he was named NMU president and for the next 15 years served in that role. While president, Northern's main classroom facility was named after him. When that building was torn down, its replacement was given the same name. Jamrich always considered himself a resident of Marquette and was buried here when he died at the age of 101. Over the past century and a quarter, Northern and the people who built it have left a major legacy on the city of Marquette. A few, in fact, have even become the famous names of NMU.